It was lap 48. The air hung thick and gray, heavy with the threat of more rain. On the long back straight, two titans of motorsport were locked in a desperate, high-speed ballet. The leader, his car a blur of vibrant color against the bleak asphalt, clung to the racing line, defending his position with everything he had. The challenger, a mere shadow in his mirrors moments before, was now a snarling predator, glued to his gearbox, hungry for the lead. The crowd, a vast collective lung, held its breath, then roared as one. Engines screamed, tires protested. In the space of 5 heart-stopping seconds, the entire complexion of the race, and perhaps the championship, was irrevocably altered. This was more than just a change of position. This was a statement, a declaration of intent. Scorched rubber, raw nerve. The day hadn't begun with such explosive drama. Under a cool, overcast sky, the race started in an orderly, almost predictable fashion. The two main protagonists, the eventual leader and challenger, got away cleanly from the front row of the grid. Their initial battle was a masterclass in precision driving. The leader's car, a beast built for straight-line speed, would pull a slight gap on the long straights. The challenger's machine, more nimble and agile, would claw back the deficit through the tight technical sections. For the first 10 laps, they were inseparable, a two-car train pulling away from the rest. They traded fastest lap times, their sector splits almost identical. On the pit wall, the atmosphere was one of quiet, focused intensity. Calculating tire wear, fuel consumption, potential undercut opportunities. The radio chatter was minimal, clipped, and precise. Pace is good. Maintain the gap. Watch the temperatures on the rear left. Every word was chosen for its economy, every instruction a vital piece of the puzzle. The crowd watched the duel unfold, the tension building with every lap. They could see the subtle differences. The leader's car squatting as he deployed power, the challenger darting to apex with mesmerizing agility. High-stakes cat and mouse, but a prolonged stalemate. An overtake seemed possible, but it would require a mistake, or a moment of pure, unadulterated genius. The race was simmering, but it had not yet begun to boil. The plan: run a long first stint, preserve the tires, and wait for the race to come to them. Manage the pace, avoid unnecessary risks, trust the plan. A methodical approach, stark contrast to the raw, visceral drama to come. A story told in numbers, a prelude to a heart-stopping climax. Just as the race settled into its rhythm, the sky decided to intervene. The gray clouds that had been loitering all day finally began to deliver. It started with a few tentative drops, speckling the visors, painting ominous patches on track. Enough to make drivers wary, not enough to force strategy. The track became a patchwork of grip, stray inches offline and it was polished ice. The tension rose, the deck started to shuffle. Some found rhythm, others fought survival. Compounds became king, softer gambles paid, harder runners tiptoed. Markers shifted, inputs softened. Leaders managed, the pack closed, tenths per lap. Radios buzzed, granular pictures from radar and sensors. Drivers processed data while feeling the car squirm beneath them. It was no longer just about speed, it was about survival. Every corner, a disaster waiting. On lap 46, a back marker locked up, the challenger jinked to avoid. A missed gear, revs on the limiter. The leader pushed, the gap swelled past 2 seconds. For a moment, it looked like the fight was over. On the leader's pit wall, there was a brief sigh of relief. This was the breathing room they had been waiting for. A comfortable cushion.
Okay, gap 2.1 seconds. Just maintain this pace. Bring it home.
It felt safe. But in motor racing, safety is a fleeting illusion. A mirage that vanishes in a heat haze of reality. The setback lit a fire. Frustration became raw, focused aggression. The hunt was on. Lap 48 began like the 47, engines a constant, deafening roar. But something was different. Lines, braking, turn-ins. Everything edged forward. He used every inch of damp track, danced on adhesion, and nailed the exit. The car rocketed. He tucked into the slipstream. The 2-second chasm was gone. He filled the leader's mirrors. Faces on the wall tightened.
He's right there. Hold the line. Defend the inside. Watch, go for it. Brake later. He's vulnerable.
Side by side past 190. The draft a giant invisible hand. The 90-degree right-hander loomed. The leader moved to close the door, compromising entry. He drifted a fraction too wide, and a sliver appeared. A tiny gap. A chance. He dived for it. No hesitation. No second thought. In that instant, instinct took over, aimed at a gap closing with terrifying speed. The inside was damp. The move bordered on insane, defying physics and sense. The two cars touched, a gentle kiss of carbon, a firework of sparks, a sickening crunch, sliding as one toward the apex. His hands were a blur, correcting a slide that should have ended his race. He kept the throttle pinned, refusing to back down, threading a needle at 200 miles per hour, millimeters to spare. He used the touch to pivot, forcing the car toward the apex, a move of sublime, audacious skill. By the apex, the impossible had happened. The challenger was ahead. He tightened the corner, went early to power, and opened the gap. The former leader ran wide, momentum gone. Onto the straight, half a second that felt like a chasm. Clean air. The hunter had become the hunted. The pass was complete. The pass didn't just change the order, it shattered the leader's composure. He lunged to reclaim, but overdrive punished the tires. The new leader defended with precision as desperate calls came over the radio. We need a lap time. We need a lap time now. A reactive stop sent strategic ripples through the field. In control, he managed tires, conserved fuel, serene under pressure. One last lunge in the spray, but it wasn't enough. He held the line and took the flag.